everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about sprouted grains for kids. Not just grains, we are going to talk about nuts, seed, grains, and legumes for our kids. The reason why we need to sprout those seeds before we offer it to babies and older kids. That's what we'll be talking today. But before then, let me say a very big thank you to those that have subscribed to my channel. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. If you go to the description box, you see a subscription box. Just click the subscription box and don't forget to click the like button of this video anytime I upload a new video. And also, before you go, try to click the bell button, so anytime I upload a new video, you'll be one of the very first people to see this video. So let's move on to sprouted grains. The reason why we have to sprout our grains for our kids. Sprouting simply means germinate. It's a process whereby a seed germinates or bring out shoots. You understand? It's like we are regrowing the seed to unlock the benefits in the seed. So it's a process whereby we soak the seed overnight. After soaking, we put it in an hydrate environment so that the seeds germinate, the seed bring out an outshoot to unlock all the nutrients in the seed. That is the reason why, that is the meaning of sprouting. That is the process of sprouting. So the reason why you have to regrow your seed is to unlock the nutrients in this seed and to make it easy to digest for your little ones, for babies and older kids, and even for adults too. So that is the reason why you have to sprout your grains before you offer it to your little one. So what can we sprout? We can sprout grains like rice, millet, corn, and anything tag grains, oats, and whatsoever, anything tag grains, we can sprout them because they contain phytic acid. So we can sprout nuts, and nuts also contain phytic acid. But the process of sprouting nuts is different from the process of sprouting grains. The reason is because there are some nuts that you just have to soak. You just need to soak for just 6 hours, and there are some nuts you soak for more than 6 hours. So that was why I said the process for grains and nuts is different. Even the grains, not all grains you can soak for 24 hours. Not all grains you can soak for 48 hours. There are some grains that are very soft that you have to soak for, like oats now. If you soak oats, grounded oats, for just overnight, it's okay. But grains like millet, like corn, grains like millet, you have to soak them for 24 hours, for more than 24 hours, so that it soaks very well. Or grains so that it hydrates water very well. You need to soak grains like corn for a very long time. You know, corn is very hard. It's a very hard seed, and we have to soak it for a very long time, like 48 hours or 24, 26 hours, so that it will hydrate the water very well before you start sprouting it. So we can also soak legumes like beans, like lentils, chickpeas, bambara beans, and all that. We can soak all that too, and you let it germinate also before you cook it. But some people don't like the process whereby you germinate beans and you germinate beans and you cook it, because that outshoot will be there in the beans and it will be cooked with the beans. Although we are okay with it, my kids and we are okay with it, but hubby did not like it. So I think some people will not like that. So it's very good to soak your beans. So you can just, if you are going to cook it, if you are not going to dry it, it's very advisable you just soak it and let it sprout for a little while, maybe just a little bit of sprouting, a little bit of outshoot, so you can now cook it like that. But if you don't mind the outshoot, you can sprout it for a very long time. So we have grains. I talk about grains, nuts, and legumes, and seeds like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, We don't need to germinate sesame seed. So seeds like pumpkin, sunflower seed, and some other hard seeds that you can think of. So you even share seed, you can also sprout share seed too. So those are the things we can sprout if we are going to sprout for our little ones. So our body is not designed to break down the anti-nutrients that unlock the vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients in seeds, nuts, and legumes. Our body is not designed to do the work. So that is the reason why we have to sprout it a little bit. We have to soak it and sprout it a little bit to make it easier to digest. Kids that consume high amounts of unsprouted grains can face a digestive problem in future, or it can cause a distress to their intestine lining in future, or even at young age. So it's something that don't come out immediately. For some, it will not start immediately, and for some it will not affect some, for some it will affect immediately. So it's better for us to soak and sprout our grains before we offer it to our kids. Anti-nutrients causes problem to the guts. It can cause a problem to their guts, like leaky gut syndrome, and it can also give them a lifetime problem in the guts if they keep consuming this anti-nutrient food. It's something that deals with the guts. You understand? It deals with our guts. So if you give them this anti-nutrient food for a very long time, it can cause a gut problem. It can cause an intestine lining problem. It can cause a digestive problem because the body did not break down the anti-nutrients in this food. But if you try to soak and sprout your grains, the anti-nutrients will be very easy for them to digest, and it will be easy on the gut. Some kids react badly after consuming grains, bread, and other things made with grains or legumes, even beans. Even as adults, you see that sometimes when you eat beans, you are not okay with the beans. You immediately you eat it, you don't feel all right, or something happens to you, something like that, acidity and whatsoever happens. It happens in kids too. So some kids don't know how to explain this to their parents. We don't know how to explain this when they are going through it. But some are, maybe when they grow up, like 7 years upward, they can easily tell you, "Mommy, my stomach is paining me," or "My chest is paining me," after consuming this kid. This is the reason they react to grains, legumes, and seed when they consume it. If the anti-nutrient is not break down very well, it's going to give them a problem. The most common anti-nutrients in seeds, grains, and nuts is phytic acid. I talked about phytic acid in my previous video, so you need to watch that to know more about phytic acid.